Hello everyone, and welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortext Strikes Back. Oh, the audio went funny there. Did you hear that? We got a bit of...
Yeah, well, the music is slowing down in that traditional, you're running an emulator and it can't quite keep up, so I'll slow down a bit way.
Yeah, that classic sound. That's the first time I've noticed the game doing that. That's kind of scary.
I noticed it once or twice the other day, but it wasn't very egregious.
Okay, well, shall we just pick off where we left off, and I'll try to ignore the game slowing down terribly in the background?
Sure.
Let's just...
How old's this emulator again?
Quiet you.
Anyway, I'm Andrew from King Vaughan
I'm Ben.
This is Ben from the channel you're watching, so...
Again, unless this is on like the faceplate of a robot downloaded in the future, in which case, hey. Whoa.
Yes. Have you heard of Wikipedia?
You know what? I think I might have one day, a very long time ago, when I was a wee babby.
It's like, do you remember the Encarta CDs?
Are they like the Dawn and Kindersley ones, where they would tell you about things?
I don't know. Is that an encyclopedia? Do you remember the Encyclopedia Britannica CDs? Do you remember Wikipedia on CDs in the 90s?
Do you remember the first time? Do you remember the first time? No, I don't remember Wikipedia being on CDs. That sounds fake. But then again...
Do you believe in life after love?
Do I believe in a thing called love? I believe in the whisper of my heart. There's a chance we can make it now.
Alright, so Wikipedia is like an encyclopedia on a CD, but it's on the internet.
Oh, wow.
Although you can download it, and it's surprisingly small. I think it's something in the realm of like 90 gigabytes.
That's surprisingly small.
Including images and media.
Do you mean all of the Wikipedia?
Well, Wikipedia likes to be all about, like, hey, this is information for everyone. We are a free encyclopedia for all the people.
That sounds fake.
But
okay.
They also want to make Wikipedia available to people in regions that don't have the internet. So you can just go on Wikipedia and say, hello, I would like to download the Wikipedia, please.
Hello,
and
I would like to download one Wikipedia, please.
Yeah, you can do it. I've done it, just for kicks. You can basically download Wikipedia and, you know, put it on your own computer, run it on a Raspberry Pi or something.
So you.
I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be updated by... It would be your own offline version, but you could run it on your own.
So this is going to be like that thing in Star Trek where, you know, by the 23rd century, we can just, like, call up Gilbert and Sullivan with 2 button presses on our futuristic shuttlecraft. That's cool.
We can do that now. It's called Spotify.
That's true. We can go... You know, that's always something in Star Trek that I found really weird in the past, where we'd be like, characters would be like, oh, I need the ship schematics of this, you know, 200-year-old thing that we've just found, and then it'll be like, some dude presses like 3 buttons, and then it'll be like, oh, well, now we've totally got all of it here in front of us. And I'm like, that seems like really impossible. But then I realised, you know, like, in the future, we will probably have, like... You know how we have TVs that monitor all of what we say, so they can, like, learn better stuff? So I imagine in the future in Star Trek, the computers will listen to what people are saying, so if they're talking about stuff...
I mean, they do that now.
Yeah, no, but, like, contextually, so it doesn't have to actually...
No, but they do that now.
Really?
So, there's this thing that's a bit egregious and weird. It depends which apps you have, what phones you have, what privacy settings and so on, but you can get into a situation where, like, if you have the Amazon Alexa, it's listening to you, you know, and you can get into situations where, oh, what's he going to do with all this nitro? Ooh, that's all them peaches.
Oh.
You can get into situations where you will discuss out loud, not speaking to your, oh, Jesus, oh, you fucked that one up, oh. You can say, yo, wouldn't it be great if we had the new Thor movie on Blu-ray? Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Or you could just be like, oh, I would want to see the new Thor movie. And then later on, you'll be on your computer, and Amazon, which was listening, will suggest, like, maybe hey, how about this Blu-ray?
This is true, like...
And obviously, it's used for other things as well. Like, that's very direct. That's very, you say a thing, and then it tells you, hey, I noticed you said that.
Cookies do that, though.
But
like,
browsing
cookies do that as well.
Well, yes. Tracking. Yeah. Anyway, Wikipedia.
Um,
So yeah, it makes sense that in Star Trek, that all that stuff would just be at their fingertips, and also that they would have everything at all times because they have crazy storage, isolinear chips. I don't know. I'm gonna hit the random.
yeah, we were doing
Wikipedia.
we couldn't.
There's a button called random, and it literally loads anything.
We couldn't.
Wikipedia
Oh
at
wow!
all.
How am I supposed to? Oh, I've got to hit the dude into that. That's creative.
You've got to not die. Try that.
Oh, that's a new idea. I hadn't considered that.
Maybe don't run straight into the weird little
Spiky boys.
thing. Yeah.
Can you tell I've been drinking before I do my gaming?
I'm drinking a cup of tea.
'Cause you're a square, 'cause you're a knock, 'cause you're one of those people that doesn't like having fun. How am I gonna get past that? Do I spin that? See, I thought I could spin him into the box so it would explode it.
Don't you have limited lives?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
4.
Hey, I have 4 lives. There are 4 lives. Okay, there are 3 now. Right. How do we get past this nitro?
I don't know. Let's ask Wikipedia.
Ooh.
How much do you know about solar power in Taiwan?
They have it.
Yes. You know what? They do. There's not a lot of
Ooh.
information about
Ooh,
solar power
ooh,
in Taiwan. I can tell you that in the year 2000,
Oh!
their capacity was 0.1 megawatts.
Oh, now the game's...
In fact, hang on. Let's find out when they surpassed 1.21 gigawatts. Between 2005 and 2006, they surpassed 1.21
So,
gigawatts.
it's just- I thought a gigawatt was more than a megawatt. What?
It's pronounced gigawatt. I'm not really sure how they got away with calling them gigawatts in that one particular film.
Jiggly watts.
But yeah,
Oh.
now it's metric.
there
it's
we
like
go.
megabytes and gigabytes.
Gotta say,
it's thousand and a
I
thousand.
really like this warp room.
So 1,000 megawatts is a.
I like how this warp room is meant to be like an old style mine, like something like with lava in the floor and the sort of the wooden beams, and if we break through one of these walls, there's the DeLorean back there. But does it really have anything to do with
yeah.
a sewer? Like it's a sewer. Yeah.
Oh, that. Oh, I don't know.
No.
Well, in these, when you see a film, half the time the sewer, like one of the walls in the sewer has fallen down, and behind it is this like ancient crypt that they happen to dig right next to, but never found.
Oh, yeah, that's the
So,
plot of
yeah,
a
there you
Ghostbusters
go.
film, I'm sure.
I wonder what my old man stories will be. Like, oh, in my day, when I was about 12, so not really in my day, I was on the tail end of it. We used to get disconnected from the internet every 2 hours on the dot. Did you used to get that on dial-up?
I never really used internet on dial-up. I had early
Wow.
days broadband, but I was still part of that Ooh, I lost my magic mask.
You were still what? Jenna Coleman?
Oh, I wish. I was still part of that generation where you had to deal with the strange moving scary masks. I didn't know how to respond to that. I was very confused.
That's good.
Woo!
Oh, that's good.
Is it?
Yeah, so basically,
I-
you would dial up, right?
Oh,
You
yeah,
would
yeah.
phone a phone
You'd phone a-
number.
You
And because it was a phone line,
couldn't use the phone.
even though it's like a business phone line, they still could only so many people could call them at once. Their switchboard could only handle so many people connecting, basically. So, as a quality of service thing,
close.
to make sure that people who couldn't get in because the queue was full of people currently connected, go back and get that peach. What the fuck are you doing? Jesus Christ! We left like one. Thank God. Anyway, so every 2 hours on the dot, even though there wasn't a problem, they just cut your internet off to give someone else a chance to
That's
connect.
just mean.
While you try to reconnect over the next 20 seconds. And so it was annoying because I was like, I had to get download accelerator plus because you couldn't just download a file because if the download took more than 2 hours.
You could get disconnected.
I need to work out how much I could download in 2 hours. You'd had to have the accelerator because you had to start the download
Whoa,
again.
scary mask.
I looked it up on their website and they said, to improve the quality of the internet, put you off every. That annoyed me. I get it, but it still annoyed me.
I had that problem where you could exceed your bandwidth, and then you'd just not be able to do anything really fast. Like I
wonder. Oh yeah. We never had that. We live in the United Kingdom, and that's not a problem here.
Not anymore. Like it was a while ago.
It wasn't then either. I mean, it was for you because you had crappy internet.
I've always had crappy internet until. No, still do. Webbing. Hey.
Let's see. 60 is a second, 60 is an hour. It looks like No, that can't be right. It might be right. Maybe. Boing. So I used to be able to download at about 4 kilobytes a second, which equates to something like 30 megabytes over the course of 2 hours. I could be working that out wrong. So 0.004 megabytes is a kilobyte. Essentially, I know there's 1 or 2, 4 and so on.
Not going to do that.
And then times that by 60, that's how many you can get in a minute, and then times that by 60, and that's an hour, times that by 2. So yeah, if I wanted to download a file that was more than about 25, 30
you'd be there
megs,
for years.
I needed to use the download accelerator.
You were just doomed as a human. Crash is just... Oh.
What? Whoa, he's got bloaty head syndrome. Did you hear that some of the people that worked on Theme Hospital are working on a spiritual successor to Theme Hospital?
You see, people say spiritual successor, and there are no ghosts or jinn involved, so I'm very disappointed.
There might be, you never know. I'm not sure that there were ghosts in Theme Hospital, but you never know.
There were dead people in Theme Hospital. That counts.
Have you heard of Jean-Claude Turcotte?
Jean-Claude Gaultier? Turncoat?
Nope. Jean-Claude Turcotte. I love how it says, here's the pronunciation, and then it's just symbols that I don't recognise.
It's like,
was born in 1936, died in 2015, so, recent. Not that long ago.
We're on the pulse.
He was,
we're on the pulse. A trending topic.
Yeah, totally. That sounds like an early morning British TV show that would have... what's that family? Richard and Judy. I bet they'd be on it.
No. It'd be us. It would be us on a couch going... the opening would be...
I'd be Richard, though.
I'd be a sexier version of Judy.
Winning smile.
Yeah. I'd be like...
I wonder if they're still
But
together.
the opening would be like this... Oh, crap. I keep hitting that. Too early. Too late.
Well, you walked straight to that one, didn't you? Come on.
No, but the opening would be like this cool, and it would be like one of us would press our finger into our ear, pretending to listen to our earpiece, and it would just be like, yeah, fuck off, Dave, as we listen to the producer, and we'd both turn to the camera, and you'd give the winning smile, and you'd sort of do this half turn, so you'd still be sort of facing me, and we'd be like, porridge oats, are they good? And that would be the title, and then we'd have like an argumentative person on, and we'd have to talk to them.
Who say they cause cancer?
And then we'd have another person.
When I turn to the camera, can I just turn like everything from my neck down, and then wait a few seconds, and then turn my head?
Yeah, we could do something like that. Oh, he goes.
And the intro, can it just be like the regular 60-second long intro, which is quite long if you think about it, but it's actually just like us separately on the bus on the way to work.
See, I think we should have something
sat there listening to a podcast.
Could it be something like we're doing stuff that is totally not in the show? Remember the working lunch where it was that fish that was swimming around?
Oh,
in this episode, Obi fights a shark, and Ben, you'll just have to find out what happens at trial.
Maybe in every episode I could charge up
your attack.
Jean-Claude Turcotte, I'm pronouncing it wrong, was a Canadian Roman Catholic cardinal, and this is the reason I stayed on this article and mentioned him, because I don't care otherwise.
Doing a quick save.
Because he was, upon his elevation to the cardinalate, which is a word I didn't know. I don't know, religious words don't really count as real words. Come on.
All words are made up.
He was made the Cardinal Priest of Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament and the Holy Canadian Martyrs. I know I pronounced Canadian.
I was going to say.
That's a title And that's not only a title, but it's its own Wikipedia page.
Look, is
which,
it
my
pronounced
God,
title or tittle?
not in English. You know what? It says en.wikipedia.org, but this says Domine Nostrae a Sessissimo Sacramento et Sanctorum. Oh, well, a lot of this is in English, but a lot of it is in French.
Made up. It's a made-up language.
What's this? It says here, Domine Nostrae.
Clatu Barada.
Where we're going, we don't need eyes to see. Well, anyway, that's a really long title. So, what are you the cardinal priest of? Oh, I'm the cardinal priest of Our Lady, the Blessed Sacrament, and the only Canadian martyrs.
Canadians.
You know, the Canadians.
You've got to. Why do you? The more
the weird foreign ones from number 47.
The more you say it, the more Yorkshire you get, or you sound like you're from, I don't know, maybe either Yorkshire or Doncaster. You know, oh, Canadian.
I can do one accent, and it's Manchester.
Oh, is that what it was? I thought you were giving birth.
Have you ever heard of the government of the Philippines?
No, I haven't, and I died. Oh, in that.
I mean, I haven't either, to be
fence.
honest. I assume they had one.
Well, yeah, I'd assume it would be kind of terrible if they didn't. I mean, you kind of need a government. I mean, name a country that doesn't have a government that has people.
Okay, probably that one that's off the coast of England. I mean, maybe they have a small government of like one guy, but does that really even count? Sealand. That's it. Sealand. You know Sealand.
No, that's
right?
SeaWorld. That the orca isn't.
Oh, is it SeaWorld? No, it's called Sealand, right?
No, are you
I'm
thinking
sure
of
it's
New
Sealand.
Zealand?
You know what I'm talking about, right? Because if you don't, I'm gonna have to explain. I feel like I have to anyway, because someone might actually watch this video. Sick burn. Alright, so there's this abandoned, like, platform off the coast of England. It's far enough out there to be in international waters. It's not an oil rig. It's just like a big platform. I don't know what it's for. But it's for nothing now, and I don't think it's abandoned because someone owns it, so I lied. It's just that whoever originally built it didn't want it anymore, and they sold it, and someone bought it and said, you know what, this is in international waters. I'm going to just say it's a country. And it's Sealand. And people have to... Then they did all the... What the fuck? You're on the...
Yeah.
Could you always do that?
No, I think it's on this special ground, because this ground is weirdly coloured.
Are bandicoots known for their digging prowess?
You know what? I never asked.
I bet that they just realised that they could get the console to do that weird textured thing and built a level around it. Anyway, so they followed all the crazy rules about being a country. Like, I think you have to have a population actually living there on this tiny fucking platform. It's really small. It's like barely big enough for a helipad and a small building. And it's in the sea.
Jesus, this level's long.
They painted Sealand on it. But you can become a citizen and get a passport and everything. And, you know, is it really a country? They think so.
I found a secret.
I don't know. It kind of looked like you died, but okay.
Oh god, we're back here again.
I believe you. Anyway, let's not look up Sealand. Do that on your own time. Download your own Wikipedia. This is my Wikipedia.
Yeah. New topic. Oh,
what? No, don't
lag time. Let's go to a hell zone. We'll do what we did last time and suffer in a time loop.
Oh yeah, I like a time loop.
All hands, this is the captain. Abandon ship.
Beverly, stop fucking your plants up.
Hey.
I don't know about you, but I'd crush her. It's an old joke, but it checks out.
See, I don't know whether...
Seriously though, like it was what a look into Beverly's life, right? This is what I do in the evening. I pour some wine because I'm an alcoholic, space alcoholic.
Well, no, because it's...
And then I destroy some of the plants that Picard keeps sending me. He keeps sending me flowers, so I like to cut them up and go to bed.
It's synthahol, so it's technically not alcoholic.
Nah, she's got the good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real glass. They wouldn't have real glass either, would they?
Yeah, I find that hilarious.
Stuff. They'd have like fake space glass. You know what? Her glass would have been transparent aluminum, but no, it smashes. So it's real. So I'm
cheap move game.
All right, that shouldn't have killed you.
That's a cheap move. That's very true, actually. Like, you think if you could replicate that stuff to build out of its spaceship hulls, you thought, we'll just make it of the glass. Like, That's what I never get.
They made the windows
Yeah.
out of it, not the spaceship
See,
holes. Come on. Although, is it a window? What makes it?
A window. It's a thing you can see through. So yeah, like the thing in Picard's office. That's a.
But what if certain aliens can see certain wavelengths that are visible through what we would consider a wall? When is a wall a window?
When it's ajar. Also, if you look to the, I can't get the camera to move out any further because I don't think there's a platform in front of me.
Well, that fire.
That fire to the left, there's a gem on that platform, and we've missed. I don't know how we can get there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I think we might be able to loop around to get to it.
Have you heard of Indonesia Now?
Is it like? Oh,
Oh, come on! I could have seen that coming.
I didn't.
It's a weekly TV program broadcast by Metro
Is
TV.
it about Indonesia?
It's read in the English language.
Don't know what happened there.
It's the first international program from Indonesia, first aired in 2006 to explain Indonesian news. It seems like it's their way of saying like, okay, hey, look, world, if you're interested in what's going on in Indonesia, maybe you should check out Indonesia Now, because it's in English, and
It's hip. It's happening.
you can watch it in places. Oh, and they have a blog that seeks to improve understanding of Indonesia, and I think that's a good idea. I think.
That's-
Oh, it's written from the Western perspective by an Australian journalist about.
That's kind of
Indonesia.
cool. You know, I like the idea of it.
www.indonesianow.blogspot.com. That's cool. Well, I've not seen it, but that sounds nice. On their little 30-minute episodes, I think every country should do
look at
a
that.
thing. I wasn't watching.
got it.
What? I was reading about Indonesia
that.
Now. Did you get all
Oh
of
no,
them?
no, I've got a gem. Look at that.
How do you get the gem? Do you collect all the other gems?
No, you just got to find the secret path. If you complete the secret path, it gives you the gem. So look at that. We're back down here.
That was supposed to be a secret.
Yeah, that was a secret.
The working class don't know that, and now if they watch this video, they'll know that.
But there's another.
you wanna
It looks like
be-
there's another one we've got to get though in there, because there's two icons for it.
Let's not tell them how to get that. Just keep going. to the
Incoming
door
message from the
office,
big
lads.
giant head.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah.
I can't hear a word she's saying.
Not great with his statements. Beware of the trick.
But beware of the what? You can't hear you. I've got like. She just crashed.
What the bad guy will come on in a second and be like, oh, sorry about that. Guess she got cut off. They're really milking this bit, aren't they?
They really are. Do you think the game's crashed?
All right. So this is if we let this run for a little while, this is going to be the video background to our podcast on YouTube. Because you got to have something in the background, right? This is good enough. Have I told you about postage stamps and postage history in the Faroe Islands?
No, you haven't.
Where's that? Are those the islands? I know Faroe. Faroe, where is that? Oh God, that's something for Andreas. I want to say, is that your pronunciation?
Yes.
It's all Nordic stuff, or someone's going to complain and say it's not Nordic. Well, I can't read
Oh.
these words. What
I
happened?
pressed triangle.
Oh, great. That's what the game was waiting for.
You know what? I'm going to make a quick little save.
Do you have a few minutes to talk about space? Can I come in?
Come in. I'm just going to go through this warp room.
There was a satellite doing space things
in space.
a number of years ago, something like a decade ago. Look it up. And it broke.
Oh.
Long story short, it has safety systems to protect from power surges and weird power things, as you know, everything
In
does.
space.
And it has a breaker basically that cuts the power off to, I think, the transmitter or the receiver or some such. No, the receiver, right? Yeah.
I like that game.
And it has a system that says, all right, we did the breaker, now let's try resetting. Except that system was coded wrong, and the system that was supposed to know that the breaker had been flipped never
Oh,
worked.
no.
So it basically turned the receiver off and then never turned it on again. So the satellite was fine, but because of this, I think it was a single bit in the memory, which is like a single one or a single zero, I think was the issue. And they could, like, listen to the satellite and know the problem, but they couldn't fix it without going up there and physically turning it off and on again, which you can't
Yeah,
do.
because it's a...
So NASA was like, well, that's that satellite done with, I guess.
Until one day.
And they predicted that in a few years' time, what might happen is, with the way its orbit meets the shadow of the Earth and where the sun
Doesn't shine.
doesn't hit it for long enough, basically, and also with the batteries getting older, that there would be a time when
Wait.
power would dip low enough
Wait,
for it.
hang on.
What?
That says mystery below, right?
Right.
Jumped down there. It killed me originally.
There you go.
That was
bonus.
weird. I jumped down and it teleported me back up.
You got to be persistent. You
That was
know,
weird.
Kids nowadays.
That was weird. What happened?
But yeah, so.
No, I want to retry.
Oh, thank God. So yes, they predicted that at some point the battery would die and it would reset itself the next time it got in front of the sun, but they never really looked into that. And then just a few weeks ago, an amateur radio chap who likes to monitor satellites, which is something, by the way, that isn't all that hard to do with very little equipment.
Like a really big telescope.
No, like a tiny USB dongle that you would plug into your laptop and software that you can just get for free. It's really not hard.
I don't want to hear what you
nowadays at
do with your
all.
dongle. Actually, it's a bit.
It's not difficult. If you're interested in, like, you can download weather satellite images and all kinds of cool shit. So he detected this transmission and figured out that it was coming from, like, where this dead satellite was supposed to be. And he said to NASA, "Is this your fucking satellite, mate?" I don't know why he's suddenly from Wythenshawe. You what, you dickhead?
It sounds a bit rude.
I found your fucking satellite, mate. It seems to be turned on. And NASA went, "Oh, okay, we'll look into that." And they did, and they're like, "Oh yeah, so yeah, it's working again. Great, cheers, mate."
And he was like, "You what,
And
mate?"
they looked through the cupboards, because NASA they do this all the time, where NASA don't have a lot of money.
So they save everything.
Because, America's decided space isn't important. It's not like that's the next frontier of business and capitalism as well as science.
No. Gene Roddenberry predicted that we won't be
It's not like SpaceX is doing well.
No.
But anyway.
Gene Roddenberry said we're not going to be capitalists
NASA
in
go
space.
on.
We can't be. It's against the rules. There's no money in space.
Ferengi did alright. You ever seen Dominion? They're doing alright. Well, I say Dominion aren't necessarily capitalists, but anyway. They're... yes. So, NASA always have this problem of ditching all their shit. Like they build specific equipment and software and things to speak to specific satellites, and then just kind of throw that shit in a cupboard and don't really do a good job of storing it. At least it seems that way, because every time that they have this thing where they're like, we need to talk to a really old system that we didn't think we'd need to talk to again, they have to go and search for this. They have to rebuild the software from scratch by guessing and shit.
Back it up.
Like, well, we transmitted this at it and it seemed to do this.
Wait,
so
come on, up you get.
And they did that basically. And it took them a month or two, but they ended up saying, yeah, we've spoken to the satellite and it says it's working. So we're going to see if we can find any money in the budget to start doing science with it again, because it's up there and it works, but we can't really afford to start up a whole science shit again.
So,
which sucks. I hope they find the
really,
money, because it's a perfectly good
because really this just makes me think that the Martian really was science fiction, because NASA would never, they would have sat there and gone, do we really have the money to go back and save him? I mean, we could save him and it would be awesome, but do we have the money?
At that point it's PR,
yeah.
Right? Like, at that point the president would get very much behind any of that shit, come out publicly saying, I'm the one that, the insert the name of the opposition party said I wasn't allowed the funds, but then I said, but I'm a good guy. And the thing that isn't realistic is that they'd be able to just boot up a fucking system that can talk to Pathfinder. They would be like, we don't have a clue how to talk to Pathfinder. We've not spoken to that thing in years. Give us a few months to develop some software to fucking make it work.
Well, technically, in the film, it makes it look like it took him a day or so. In the book, it's like weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes it look like they just pulled the old computers they used out of storage, which is kind of what they do, to be honest. If they have it, but
isn't it though?
I remember there was a satellite a while back. It was the one. There was a satellite that was doing some kind of deep space solar shit.
Giant
basically.
lasers.
It was looking at the sun, and that was very much dead a long time ago. But
What,
then
the
it kind
sun?
of woke itself up again, and they were like, yeah.
Sun is dead.
Well, again, it was an amateur radio person that found this.
They found the
satellite
sun.
and
Okay,
figured
cool,
out
cool.
which satellite it was.
The sun was founded by amateur radioists.
But even NASA didn't know how to speak to it anymore, and they never figured it out because they decided they didn't have the money. But that was a lot of like, okay, we used to use old physical hardware, and now we've got software-defined radios, so we're going to try and code an emulator.
Oh,
for this
just
old
go to
NASA
Reddit.
hardware
Someone will
that
have
we
it already done.
Well, there was a community of amateur radio people who tried to do the work themselves. They even like did a Kickstarter to get funding to work on a software-defined like radio to talk.
So
to
you
this
say radio people.
satellite was very.
You say
interesting.
radio.
Unfortunately, they never got it
Okay.
working.
You say radio people. Are they people made of radios or?
Yeah, like that episode of Stargate. You know, the one you haven't seen.
Yeah, you could basically say that about anything.
There really
Because I
was-
never
there
never
really
watched
was an
Stargate.
episode of Stargate. It was a great episode.
Oh,
It was
fucking hell.
all right. It was fine. It was a good enough episode. Look, they opened the Stargate and went to a planet where the people were radio waves, and then they sent the probe in because they always send a probe. The probe was sending back video footage, and obviously that was radio waves, and those radio waves like killed millions of the people on that planet
Oh.
because I mean it was an accident. But it's like I don't know if we communicated with zombies and we sent
Yeah,
lots
if we
of zombies.
communicated
Anyway,
with.
but then they sent like a virus, but it was themselves that. Look, it's a good episode, bro. Anyway, long story short, they never got that particular satellite like working again, but that was interesting.
Wait, in Stargate or
And they
in real life?
theorized
Fucking
that-
hell.
No, in real life, they never talked to it properly. And the other thing that I thought was interesting is that they figured, you know what's probably happened. You know, I could be getting mixed up with another satellite, but they figured what's probably happened is that the battery has degraded so much over time that it's basically formed a direct connection with the solar panels, and whenever the solar panels get some light, the power goes straight through the completely fucked up battery and just energizes the satellite.
What the fuck?
And I now realise that I'm talking about another third satellite, which is just a boring satellite. Never mind what it used to do, but nowadays what it does is it kind of just spins in space, and every few seconds when the solar panels turn towards the sun, it starts sending out this
Beep, beep, beep.
what do you call it? A carrier wave signal, kind of like a "Here I am"
Here
signal.
I am.
It doesn't really do
Do-do-do-do.
anything, and it's really fucking creepy if you look it up because it has that kind of fading in, fading out property that all kind of
Ghosts have.
bouncy off the ionosphere signals have, and then it also fades in and out because, and it's really weird. It gives me goosebumps because as you hear the signal fade in and out, you can picture the satellite as it twirls in space. You kind of get this real visceral connection with it. Like, as I'm listening to this fade, it's because the solar panel is going dark and the hardware is literally dying. And then in a few seconds, the solar panel will have light again, and the hardware will spring to life and send this little radio wave down to me. Radio is cool, you guys.
That is kind of creepy.
Fucking like old satellites. It's space archaeology, which is quite a new field considering we've only been putting things in space for the past like I don't know 70 years or something. Now I forget.
There's so much.
I don't know.
There's
Look it
so
up.
much of our shit.
When did Sputnik go up? But now more and more shit is going up there.
It's getting
and
clogged.
Some of it still works when it's decommissioned, and it's so interesting.
I mean,
So what game are we playing?
we're playing the Listen to Obi talk about creepy space stuff. Jump down a hole. Whee! Oh, here we go. I was stuck on that bit with the penguin for ages, but it was okay. It wasn't anything interesting. I was caught in a trap. Oh. See, I must...
There's no way out.
No way out. I don't know what this one's called. I mostly get caught with those porcupines because I don't know how to kill them. Because you'd think you just spin them or run into, or like slide kick them or something. I don't know. Mario had a gun. Mario was very famous for carrying a Glock. Super Mario Sunshine. He had a gun. Oh man, so, weird space stuff, that's cool. No, we seem to be doing a lot of space in our videos.
Space is cool.
Space is cool. Well, it's actually, I mean, depends where you are, but space can be cold or hot, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Space is really hot and also cold.
Space is...
In fact, I'd say space is cold, but all the shit in space is hot and cold.
Space...
Depending on where it is.
Everything is hot or cold, depending on where it is.
Oh, that's also
Very zen.
Oh, Crash Bandicoot smashing some...
Smashing some boxes, yes. I'm just trying to do that weird jump he does. Oh, God. He's a jumpman. He's a jumpman. There we go. Okay.
I don't think Googling this is gonna...
Whoop. Oh.
I don't think a lot of people are discussing the Apollo missions to the extent that I can ask Google a question and then it will say, oh, you must be talking about this one random thing.
Okay, but let's talk about the Apollo missions, because you like the Apollo missions, don't you?
I do. I'm really trying to find this one. I'm in the Apollo acronyms page because that's... If I can scroll through this entire page, I might find the thing I want.
Actually, you know what's the perfect conversation? The topic we should have just gone straight for? Apollo 13. You love Apollo 13, don't you?
I can say it's great because no one died. Or did they? Maybe they were all placed back.
It's like the Quatermass experiment?
Yes, whatever you just said.
Yeah, it's that.
You gonna explain? Is that on that TV show you kids are watching
yes,
now?
That old black and white 1960...
The Stranger Things.
I suppose Stranger Things owes
I've watched the first 20 minutes.
Owes something to the Quatermass experiment. The Quatermass experiment is a really old serialized TV show from way back when. Like, the BBC just started. And they thought, oh, this television's a newfangled idea. Let's try it. But it's like a spaceship goes out with 3 men and only 1 man comes back. And they're like, where did he go? And the guy's like, oh. And then it all sort of goes terrible from there. It's actually... I think that inspired that really fun trope for sci-fi, is like, you know, 1 man gets into a spaceship after he's done his spacewalk. And there's the classic, hey, I'm outside, let me in. And then they all let him in, and they go 5 minutes later and they go, hey, I'm outside, let me in. And I just died. Classic aliens. You know those aliens, guys. They're always doing their classic cloning and replacing members of the crew. Like Picard.
I'm not going to find this.
I'm not going to get out of this level.
I'm halfway through the acronyms page.
Let's just go quick save. Yeah, there we go. Do. Whoa. Oh, God.
Pulse code modulation. That's a radio thing.
It sounds like a Star Trek thing. Is that underneath multi-modal reflection sorting? Hi.
What else? I'm trying to find this
Hey, there we go.
If I can remember that, because it had this really cool name, and then I'm going to describe what it is. And it applies because they discussed it, they mentioned it during the Apollo 13 incident.
Oh. Pants.
If you're interested,
I am.
There's you can go online. You can go to archive.org, has a lot of this stuff, because everything from NASA is public domain, so you can get everything.
Even the secret moon landing that was made by Stanley Kubrick. That's public domain, so NASA has to put it on the website, meaning we should know all about it.
We've got 48 hours, then we have to make it public. But so you can go on there, and they've got recordings. They've got the recordings of the transmissions from the Apollo missions back to Earth, but they've also got some of the recordings of the NASA personnel
making fart noises into the mic,
especially. Yes, that's all they ever did.
Well, how long is it to the moon from Earth? It's like a week or something, isn't it? In a little module.
It's a few days.
Yeah, so
they
didn't have a 3DS to take up into space with them. So Buzz Aldrin's just going, hey, other guy who didn't go to the moon. Look, prepare for the game to crash again. Oh.
What the fuck?
Oh, this was the guy from another point. He was from the first game.
Okay.
I think the game crashed because we got a gem and it didn't quite know what to do. But he's from the first game, and he used to be Cortex's BFF.
You are allied with Cortex! You are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you! If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the...
Yeah, let's...
This guy.
Everyone has to have a piece of headgear in this film, all the villains.
A laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station.
This is like you've got Neocortex with his big
Force
N, and then you've got what Embryo with his yeah, it's broken again.
Ha! Hey, this I found the original NASA.gov
There
Apollo
we go.
glossary that apparently I visited 4 times. So this is definitely the page that has the thing I want on it. But it's also a really long page because NASA know how to list everything. But yes, so if you're interested in the Apollo stuff,
Hey, we're back at these levels. Evil Donkey Kong statue.
there's a website called Apollo17.org. That's Apollo17.org, where you can follow the last mission to the moon, Apollo 17, in real time. There's a slider so you can select things, but it has all of the audio and it has lots of photographs and videos from the actual correct
How did I
timestamps of the
manage
mission.
that?
And you can follow the entire mission. It's over 300 hours of
Oh,
audio,
God.
22 hours of video, thousands of photos.
Well, see, the slideshow...
So if you wanted to just follow that mission, you could just set it up on a computer on the TV and just
Okay,
let it
but
go.
here's the thing.
and
Here's,
then be like,
here's the thing. It's gonna be like... The first, 90 slides are just gonna be blue. No, the first 10 slides are blue, and the rest is black. Some moon in the middle, and then black.
It's very interesting. But anyway, so the Apollo 13 mission doesn't have quite that much easily, readily available. Like you just click a button and you're on the website. But the point at which they had the explosion and everything that happened in the hour or so afterwards. Have you seen the movie?
I saw the movie when it first came out on the BBC. That was years ago.
Okay, so you know when they have the accident in the movie, there's an explosion, and they say,
Oh, shit.
Houston, we have a problem.
I'm sorry, yeah, I have a problem.
And
I'm just
then-
surrounded by nitro.
By the way, spoilers to anyone who's not seen Apollo 13, doesn't want to know what happens.
Do they get out? Do they make it? Do they live?
There's an explosion,
Shit.
and they say, Houston, we have a
Spoiler
problem.
warnings
and then
for
they
the
very
greatest
quickly go
space
through-
disaster which everyone survived.
Yeah, I mean, it's the greatest space disaster. There were a couple.
I suppose you could call this the
Maya
greatest
had
one
its
because everyone survived, and it was. I'm going to be
Yeah.
purely serious here. It was probably the best example of human ingenuity, and it got NASA to basically go, we need to get our head in the game and actually make shit work properly, because the biggest problem with Apollo 13 was they couldn't get one part of the ship to work with another part of the ship,
Yeah, that was pretty good.
and they're like,
I mean, technically, they were. You got to think about it. They were kind of two different
they were
ships.
two different ships, but
Like going to America. It's like how when you go to America and you can't plug your shit in, and you go, "Why doesn't this work?" Imagine that, but in
yeah,
space.
I can't break those boxes. Damn.
Gotta go to the They had to turn the ship around and go to a local, one of them little boots that you get in a train station, and find the section for the adapters.
That was
I'm making a hilarious joke here, you guys.
I'll
This is
throw in a
shock.
laugh track. Hang on, pause for a second. Tell the joke again.
Just copy and paste it. Just make my voice do it again. It's like how when you go to America and you can't plug your shit in, and you go, "Why doesn't this work?" Imagine that, but in
Yeah,
space.
I can't break those boxes. Damn.
Gotta go to the They had to turn the ship around and go to a local, one of them little boots that you get in a train station, and find the section for the adapters. Oh, you fucked now, buddy. What are you gonna do? Oh, clever. Hey, I'll tell you something interesting. I need to finish what I started. So basically, you can go online and you can find the audio of the guys at
fuck.
NASA, because they all wore headsets and all that stuff was taped. What the fuck are you gonna do now, bro? What's your big plan now? Anyway, you can find that, and you can find it edited together with the audio from the craft. And there's a good hour or so where you first hear the explosion. Well, you don't. You hear a bit of static come over the radio.
And they say, "Oh my God, Buzz just
explosion.
ripped one."
And then you hear them go through this problem all together. You hear the guys in NASA discussing it with each other, and you hear the Apollo guys talking back to Earth, and it's really interesting. And in the movie, having listened to that, and obviously having seen interviews with the astronauts where they confirm it, it's as realistic as it can be. Really, the one thing they got two things wrong, and I'll let them off. Firstly, the ship didn't shake and do all the crazy shit like it does in the film.
It's dramatic.
They weren't even sure that there had been an explosion.
Because sound doesn't work like that in space. They would have just felt like a vibration.
I don't fully understand, but you have to imagine it's probably got something to do with the fact that they're in space and there's not a lot to push off. I don't know. Conservation of momentum.
It's
I don't
weird.
know. Basically, they didn't exactly. I mean, they heard a bang, but they also were like, well, the ship occasionally, it expands, it contracts. There are bangs and weird noises. It's a mechanical thing in space. So they weren't sure exactly if it had been an explosion. But anyway, the point is that the movie also had them go through the whole process of Houston, we have a problem, there's been a bang, to okay, we're not going to the moon. Remember there was that bit where they had to shut off the reactant valves to the. They basically had to close the tap to let the oxygen out of the tanks, and you can't open it again. And without that oxygen, which was also the fuel, it's great because it's the same fuel that powers the people and the ship. Without that, they wouldn't have been able to land. So that was their, well, fuck, guys, we can't go to the moon now because we've done this. That happened in about 3 minutes in the film, and it took well over an hour in reality. And all of the stuff that they discuss and go through in the film is discussed and gone through almost word for word in real life. But you also have a large span of time when there are people working this shit out.
Now, who directed Apollo 13?
Gene Kranz.
Gene Kranz was the flight director.
The flight director. Directed by Ron Howard. There you go.
Oh, fuck. He's directing the new Han Solo film. And they're on my eyeballs.
But there's this really interesting thing that they discuss. They bring it up for all of 5 seconds while they're going through the problem solving for what's going on. And they're thinking 5 steps ahead, like, well, if this thing's broke, then we need to do something about this other thing. And they mention it, and I thought it was really cool and had a really cool name. And honestly, I will find
Bob.
it.
It's the Bob Drive.
Hey, did you know that CTV stood for Color Television in the Apollo missions? The color television.
I just fell off a cliff.
It makes for good viewing, though.
Hang on. I've just run out of lives. I forgot which save I'm on.
What happens
Oh no, we've
next?
got 0 lives. Boom. Hang on, I can do this. Boom, hang on. Haha, magic.
Oh wow, you don't want to hear that. EED stood for explosive device.
EED. That's a weird one. Fair enough.
What do you think fail stood for?
You did a real bad job. Basically, this video.
This video's great. We're learning so much.
Yeah, we're learning a lot in the audio. The video is basically saying how badly I can play Crash Bandicoot tonight.
This is a historical document.
This is the historical. This is the historical special. This is the history one. Drunk history. Can we do a drunk history episode, please?
Can we call it Drunk History? I found it!
Oh, yes.
Yes! I knew it had a cool name. Alright, so the acronym was PTC, and they talk about PTC, and I was like, because they're like, okay, listen, so spacecrafts had a problem, you guys. Yeah. And they're thinking about the temperature issues, because when the ship breaks down, it's going to get cold or it's going to get hot. You're going to have issues. And space is both hot and cold,
it's big.
Right? Some parts of the ship need to be kept cool, some parts need to be kept hot, but that requires power. And these NASA guys, thinking ahead and thinking about these issues, they thought about going into PTC. And I will just read out what it says on the NASA Apollo glossary about PTC. Passive thermal control, also known as barbecue mode, in which the lunar module and command service module
It folds in half
stacks of
and
both
turns into a
ships
barbecue.
were oriented with their long axis perpendicular to the sun. So basically, the length of it was facing the sun, so that when the spacecraft were put into a slow roll around that axis, it would act as if the craft was basically roasting on a spit in front of a fire. You see, if it would rotate around its center of axis,
that sounds terrifying.
and the craft would be heated and cooled in a relatively uniform way, and by like controlling the rate of the spin, they could control how quickly it was heated and cooled. So that's a way of passively heating and cooling the craft by the way it's pointing. And when they started having those issues, they were like, yo, okay, well, maybe we should do that. And there you go. There's that one small little interesting thing that came up in that like hour-long recording of them being like, yo, our ship's broken.
Turn it into a barbecue.
I love that it's called barbecue mode. Like, let's put the ship into barbecue mode.
I like NASA. Like, I've got nothing to bring to this conversation. I realised that I brought up Apollo 13 and said, hey, it's a really cool thing, and I've been very quiet, not just because I've been concentrating on this game. I mean, I have, because this is actually getting to the brick hard parts of the game, but also just because, like, it's genuinely kind of cool. This stuff is, like, really kind of interesting.
It's great.
Oh,
So
that will
good.
kill me. Okay.
The Apollo missions specifically, not to mention space exploration on the whole, have given us a wealth of new technologies, new ways to do things. Space travel itself, I mean, have you ever heard of satellites?
Nope.
Those are kind of useful, right? We have those now. Did you just get killed by bees for no reason?
No, I think something exploded.
Probably all the satellites.
Gather the hammer.
Well,
Yeah,
you're dead.
Jesus. This is the episode I die a lot. Thank God I have quick saves. Boom.
I wouldn't just approach someone on the street and start. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
You happy? I died.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, you went back for that peach and didn't work out. Bloaty head syndrome, bringing it back round to theme
Whoa,
hospital.
yeah.
I really enjoyed
I really
that
did as
game.
well. You know, I've actually been playing in my continued style of talking about one game while playing a completely different one. I've been playing Into the Breach a lot. That's my turn to talk about something.
Yeah, that's that game made by the makers of FTL.
Yeah, so if you loved FTL, play Into the Breach. Because it's like...
It's not the same,
No,
though.
it's not.
Uses the same font.
Oh, fuck. Hang on.
You've died like 3 times on that bit now. It's unfortunate. I think it's not as fair as it could be.
No, this game does suffer with some just awkward mechanics that just straight up kill you. It's some unfair gaming.
So, Into the Breach is like an isometric. It looks like you could play it on a phone.
Oh yeah,
So I guess you probably can. I mean, FTL ran on phones. I bet
yeah,
they're going for that.
They did have a version of FTL that ran on tablets, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and Into the Breach being turn-based, it would be perfect for mobile devices.
Yeah.
I bet it's out on
they're
mobile
probably working.
devices. That seems like something we should.
They're working on it, I think. But Into the Breach is if you loved FTL, didn't you?
Yes. How did you know? What? Who told you?
I read your mind. So you loved FTL. Did you ever play Advance Wars?
No. Why do I know that?
It's a
name?
turn-based strategy game where you'd run a little military. Now that's key to it. Now imagine if FTL, a sort of turn-based military game, and let's say some sort of time travel-based game. Hey, the game's gonna crash again. Let's just quickly.
Time travel. I didn't know there was time travel in this game.
Oh, we've collected all the crystals for this room.
Masterminded by Dr. Nitrous,
Oh yeah,
the inventor of the Evolvo ray.
Nitrous Brio's the next boss. I forgot about this. This is actually the best boss in the game,
Ooh,
but I'll talk about.
Phil Brioche.
Yeah, Nick Brioche. But the game actually uses time travel in the story itself,
He will attempt
where
to stand in our way.
you
Okay.
time travel back from the future to create an alternate timeline to save humanity.
To deliver
Because the world.
Okay, I've played Red Alert.
So it's Command and Conquer meets like turn-based strategy, and the game's crashed again.
So Sulu is running Japan.
Ooh, wait. Can we talk about the best boss in the game now?
Yes, go for it.
Quick save.
Go for it. Wait, when is the boss? Is the boss
Yes,
now?
the boss is now.
How long's this episode?
Oh
been
Jesus,
running?
forever.
This would be a good place to cut it and say coming up next time is fucking Ed 209, but now he's got a guy inside.
There's a
him.
little man living in.
Do you want to see a man inside Ed 209? I've got a website for you.
Oh, you know what? We finally get a use for all those peaches.
Oh wow,
Yep.
really? Does it remember how many peaches
Yes.
you collected and only give you that
Yes.
many?
That's totally.
Ah, that's actually
No, I lied.
That, are you
Yes, I
lying?
lied.
Because that would actually be kind of cool. Give you a reason to actually do everything else.
This was the best boss in the game.
Have you tried jumping and shooting him in the head?
Yeah, the dome to the suit is completely fruit proof.
Oh, you have to hit the guns.
The guns
Right,
aren't
I'm with
fruit
you.
proof. Look at that.
Okay, I'm with you now. I remember this bit from Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, we all remember this bit from Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
A human reaper.
Precisely.
In fact, this is actually the best bit in Mass Effect 2. We're gonna.
You know, that little fight was a letdown, but everything around it I absolutely loved.
Oh.
Ha! Oh, one hit kill. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I like how the character portrait in the bottom corner is as if Dexter's lab just, went horribly wrong one day. I told Dee Dee to stay out of my room, and look what happened to me.
Well, he was sent back from the future to kill Dee Dee.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past him. Like, I'm gonna spoil the game slightly, because this game is like 20 years plus. But
Oh, but I was looking forward to reading the novelization,
yeah, this is the best.
the slash fiction.
Oh Jesus! Between Engine and Cortex, no.
See, in the slash fiction, Crash fires the peaches at his girlfriend.
Whee!
Go on,
Sorry,
then. Spoil
sorry.
my
I was
fiction.
just concentrating there. This is the best boss of the game because the next boss is absolutely piss. Like, I'm not going to spoil too much, but this is kind of an epic fight. This is pretty awesome, actually.
Could you maybe throw a little less, like, a pansy?
Wow.
Throw a little harder.
These things are breaking solid metal. See?
Can you turn around and look at the Emperor?
There we are. I'm shooting them out my ass.
Yeah, can you shoot those fucking peaches out of your ass?
Probably.
The hell was that? Oh,
Yeah,
those
he's
rockets.
got rocket shoulders.
Or did it just get really windy in Scotland?
Those are shoulder-mounted rockets. Why he didn't fire them at the same time?
He's power, man. He's in a mech. He's got heat sink. He can't be firing all his weapons.
Ah,
at
that's
once.
true. You don't want to overclock your giant flying mech. Right. Oh, this is the worst part because he floats around so damn much he won't sit still.
Yes, he does.
He's
Well, you've got 5 seconds to comply, so...
see, it's not quite. It's more Buzz Lightyear than Ed 209, I think. He's flying a Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, it's like if they
Turned Buzz Lightyear into a Gundam.
went into the fly machine together. With Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, Engine plays Jeff Goldblum. And we're back at the start
He died again.
with one life. Fuck. Right. Okay. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. That's some really deadly ricochets. What are these fruits made of then? Like, that's a lot of fiber in your diet.
I love how whenever he fires his laser, I can't hear a word you're saying.
Is it that loud? Hang on, we'll fix that.
Yeah.
Calibrate. Options. We'll just go Whoop, that's the wrong one.
Calibrate me.
Calibrations. Oh, we should have brought Garrison. He'd have been able to calibrate this.
Garrus. He ended up getting with Tally. Good for him. Because he could calibrate her suit forever,
Yeah.
right?
Wait, who did you
That's like a calibrator's...
dream? Where did you...
Dream.
Who did you romance then?
Liara. Liara all the way, baby.
Yeah, that's the natural choice.
Totes.
I'd see. I've got Mass Effect.
She's
You know,
great.
I've got Mass Effect 2 for the PC, but you know what the one thing is wrong with it? And this is like a really horrible thing. Despite this game coming out...
Liara's not in it
Yeah,
enough?
that's actually a very good point. You know the other problem? Despite this game coming out in 2000 and... the game doesn't support controller? Oh, Jesus, that's loud. The game...
No, doesn't it?
The PC version of Mass Effect 2 does not support controllers.
Yeah, that
is really weird, and further proof that EA is actually an organisation made by the devil.
That's weird. I know a guy that works for EA.
Is he actually
There you
Satan?
go. He was an interesting person. He works over, I think they have offices in Dublin. He does he does training. It's all
Does he train people how to be...
what do you call it? Human resources stuff.
Yeah, they're just sacrificing humans to their mighty overlord.
Have you seen that guy? I don't know if it's the same guy anymore, but the guy who's usually doing the press conferences
Run.
at E3 just looks like a villain. Now look, I don't like everything that EA does. I don't think they're the worst company in the history of the world or anything like so many people do. But they're definitely not great. But there are people there trying to do good, like in any company.
Really?
But that guy, he might be a lovely man, but he looks like a fucking cartoon villain. You see him get up on stage, he's this real greasy, slimy, slick back hair looking black suit. He's too thin. He looks like a vampire.
Oh, wait, we're on the final mode. What's he gonna do?
Great.
What's he gonna do? Whoa, he's got a big gun.
Aha! He did that.
He just fucked me up.
Hey, when you go, you don't start from the start,
Yeah.
do you?
Hang on.
Great.
Let's just do a quick save, because I've realised we're on our last life, and we don't have a memory card, so we cannot save this.
Great. Well, let's watch you die, and then I've got to do something for like 30 seconds away from the microphone that I've been waiting to do for a while. But you know, I'm a patient
pee?
man.
You've got a bottle.
Might be, yeah. I mean, my headset cord is pretty long, but it's not that long.
I don't want to think about...
You know, I had this cup of tea earlier.
I don't want to think about you peeing while recording. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'll just assume you said something funny while that laser was firing.
I don't want to hear you peeing while I'm recording. Or think about you peeing while I'm recording.
Oh, the microphone cord isn't that long. I should get this thing wireless. Then
You just want to get a little
do
lapel
anything.
mic.
Maybe if I drink more liquids, that'll help.
Oh, we're going to have to trim this one for time, I think.
What are you talking about? This is all gold.
I've
been speaking non-stop. What bit are you going to trim?
all of it. No. I've been real off form today. I don't know what's happened. Gin does not make for...
No, you've been great. Because look at how well you've been playing.
I just got stuck on the terrain as you said that. It's like, yep.
You did that on purpose. It was a pro move to stay out of the way of that laser.
Sure. Go.
Well, you're doing all right. Look how quickly you got him into this bit. You're getting into the groove now. Hey, wait, hang on. That's a Cylon head.
You're a Cylon head.
Look at it. It's a Cylon head with some big ears.
Oh my god, it is!
Yeah.
I can't unsee that now, thanks.
You're welcome.
I used to love this boss, though. I really like the mech design. There's something really cool about that.
I'd design it so that it didn't flash in its vulnerable spots.
Yeah,
You know, when I flash my vulnerable spots,
you get arrested.
they tell me I'm not allowed near schools anymore.
Oh.
You know what I think is depressing?
This
I
video,
understand
probably.
why, for several reasons. But I used to walk past, there was this like primary school, and you go past it when you're going to the local shops. And occasionally the kids would be out at lunchtime or whatever, and it was nice to just see kids playing. You know,
Hang on.
like seeing that they're on they've got all these like wooden things, and they've got little cars. There's like a little road. You know, it's nice to see kids having a good time and just, you know, being kids or whatever. You know. But now they've put up this big, like, you can't see shit through the fence anymore.
You just
thing.
melted that platform.
And I worry that's because they don't want people to be looking in the. And I think that's depressing that we have to. That we're forced as a society to do that kind of thing.
Oh.
Or maybe they just didn't want the kids to, like, have to see the road. I don't
Here
know.
we go. We defeated him.
Well done. You did that last phase quickly. So you beat the human Reaper.
Yep.
You shot its eyes. It's its weak spot. Exactly the same as this game. Its weak spot was like a glowy red
I
thing.
attacked its weak point for
like
massive
all
damage.
games.
This has to be my favourite warp room because it looks so cool.
This game is based on real Japanese history.
Well, I can't remember a single
The
thing.
next boss is a giant enemy crab.
Oh, yes.
I know memes.
That's a good one. Oh,
Were they called memes then?
I think they were just, yeah, they're
I
always
want to say
memes.
that was pre, like, meme being word they used.
Well, this has been a bit of a weird one. You've done...
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So we'll save it here before the game dies again because it's been a bit of a weird one. Keeps...
It has been
Has been
strange, but it's not, like, crashed. It's not Crash Bandicooot.
It's Crash Bandicoot, but it's not warped. That joke doesn't even make sense. Oh god.
It did warp a
Yeah.
little bit. I mean, the music got a little
That's true, it
stretchy.
did warp. Okay, so it is Crash Bandicoot warped, but it's also Crash Bandicoot.
Like an old record that you've left out. You ever play a warped record and go, well, fuck, I like
I
that
have
record,
not, because
now
those things are nightmarish.
Listen, I've got some facts about records. Maybe we should stop this before I start telling you about them.
Let's do that.
Some records are supposed to be played from the outside in, and there's a good reason for
And
it.
some are meant to be played from the inside out, but that's a discussion for another time.
Well, most are outside in. I said that wrong. I meant inside
You did.
Usually
You did.
they're
You screwed up
outside
the
in.
entire episode. But
Usually they're outside in, but some of them are inside out, and there's a
there's
reason.
a reason for that. But that's a thing for another time. This.
Yeah! Hey look, this is the scene from the end of the new Thor film that I saw the other day.
Oh yeah, they're looking out into space. Oh,
Let's end the episode before I start talking
we
about
shall. That's been Andrew.
that. And so am I. And it's good night
And
from
it's
him.
a good night from me. You guys stay safe, stay beautiful, stay awesome, and I'll catch you next time.
I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown bring me round again.